All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome into That Real Texas Team podcast, episode 107, here on the channel. With me, as always, my resident co-hosts at the top right. You got Pac-Man Freestyle, a.k.a. Slim Chickens. If you're looking to follow somebody on Instagram, Pac-Man_King Freestyle. You can also see him as one half of the hosting team at That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. Like, subscribe over there. Try to help grow his channel. Do the same thing for our main man, Mike, down here at the bottom at Mastery Productions, all over the interwebs. Like, subscribe, notification bell, trying to grow the channel. Same thing here. We're at 332 at the time of this live stream. Like, see that number keep climbing. And if you hit the notification bell, it's going to do us a lot of favors. So, gentlemen, we are a couple days away from a Thursday night matchup against a Bills team that is, this isn't the Bills team from a couple years ago. This is a Bills team that is kind of reeling due to injury. They don't have Houston native Ed Oliver handy. He is on IR with torn biceps, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry to hear.
Right. But, this is an ailing, reeling Bills team that was able to put up 44 points on the Buccaneers last weekend in a shootout 44-32 victory over those same Bucks. So they're able to put points up. Hell, Josh Allen alone scored 6 touchdowns, threw for 3 and ran for 3 more. So one of the biggest Achilles heels of this Texans defense all year has been containing a QB scramble, and that's going to be paramount this week. So let's get into some of this stuff off the top. To start off with, we'll go good news, bad news here. Good news, Kaimi Fairbairn looks like he is poised to make his return. And
kick a football, thank God.
Right, we'll be able to trust a little bit more. Oh, Monopoly, CJ. What up, man?
How you doing, Mono CJ?
How are you doing?
What's
Bad
up?
news. No CJ Stroud. Oh, appreciate you, CJ. Appreciate you. No CJ Stroud for the third straight game. And we are looking at a scenario where Ed Ingram will be returning. And that's good. The offensive line gets potentially their right guard back, and that could cause some other movement. We'll get into that a little bit later. And then, of course, no Jalen Petrie, which is another big blow to the defense. On the bright side, CJ and Jalen Petrie will be right and ready to go when it is time to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah. People are piling in, and I'm all about it. Jumped up to 39 people in the room for a second there. But there's no CJ, no Petrie. Are you guys concerned?
I am a little bit, other than the fact I'm actually more concerned about the CJ than I am Petrie, only because our defense has still been playing. And I think they're figuring out a little bit better how to use Jalen Mills and Miles Bryant to their fullest extent. We just got some of those confusions to where we have guys beating us down deep field. It's the same thing as last year. Every blue moon, you see that one big play, and you're like, how the hell did that guy get open like that?
Yeah.
We just got to stop that. But this is CJ's team. Regardless of what anybody says about Davis Mills, I love the guy. But this is CJ's team. This is who should be out there. I would have loved for CJ to walk in there in his blood red Texans jersey on Thursday night and just treat the Buffalo Bills like his bitch. But I don't know. Not this week.
Chris, how you feeling about it?
Me personally, I'm actually fine with CJ being out for this game. Not happy about it, but I'm actually fine with it. More, I think the Petrie is the bigger issue to me, just because I believe that like you say, you got to hold contain. And I don't know. I feel like Petrie, even though I'm not very fond of him in coverage, I feel like anything else dealing with that backfield or even a quarterback. I know he was there whenever Baker Mayfield did his thing, but that wasn't his fault. Toho missed that tackle. Who I think right now should start getting less reps. But at the same time, you're like, but that's why we're missing a Petrie. You're missing a Petrie because now you got to do a lot of more three linebacker. King Von back from the dead. Yo.
Okay. Now we know what you mean. Thank you. Woo.
Man, what I was gonna say. I got completely thrown off. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I feel like that three linebacker role, it's okay, but it is not working, especially like Toho's missing a lot of tackles, man. He is missing a lot of tackles. I appreciate it. And I'm just that's really becoming an issue. So with him missing a lot of tackles, we need Petrie to get out there because I like what EJ Speed is doing. He started out just not as many reps, but he's getting so many more snaps and he's doing well. Aziz gonna have that one play a game that people are gonna be like, oh, he's a dirty player. We already know he's gonna have, but he's gonna have a bunch of tackles. I'm not really worried about what he's bringing to the table. We don't even know who Christian Harris is anymore. Like, why is he still on the team?
Yep.
Henry To'oTo'o is missing tackles. Christian Harris is missing games. Which one's worse?
Exactly. And once again, I always say this when I speak on Christian Harris. The only time you think about Christian Harris is, oh my God, in the Cleveland Browns playoff game.
Bro, but that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
But that's what you think about when you think about Christian Harris. You can't tell me anything else Christian Harris did from that year. Like, you probably could, but not like, you can't just be like, oh my God, y'all remember when Christian Harris did this?
Now, but that's the whole reason why the thing with Petrie is such a big deal. Petrie is a good reason why our run defense is as good as it is, because he's a very sure tackler. And he has no problem sticking his head in there when that running back thinks he's peeking out. You got to have a guy that can move with a lot of speed and still wrap up. Yep. And if you don't believe he can hit, ask Derrick Henry. Yep. I haven't seen anybody ever do Derrick Henry like that.
Yeah, you seeing Derrick Henry throwing people around.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Petrie not being there, that running back scrambling, the quarterback scrambling thing terrifies me.
Yeah, I mean, look,
we've actually lost games on a quarterback scramble twice.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah. Something that's going to be a little bit in our favor. As of today, there have been the following guys have not participated once at Bills practice: Mecole Hardman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, and Dalton Kincaid have not practiced at all. At this point, I think they still have the opportunity tomorrow to practice, but Mecole Hardman is. I think a couple of them are dealing with hamstrings, so I'm willing to bet at least half those guys don't play. If on the high end, none of these guys play, that's a pretty advantageous. That's a pretty advantageous matchup for our defense. I mean, Derek Stingley versus Shavers or whatever.
It's a question of who the hell is Josh Allen throwing the ball to?
Exactly. So, and it doesn't help that we're a pretty solid defense when it comes to the pass game, just generally speaking, run or pass. But, this is a situation where I feel like our defense is not only like schematically a good match against whatever the Bills are going to try to do, but it's also like a great personnel matchup. there's not many people on their offense that other than James Cook who are really kind of, giving me, fits over here. We got a comment. What's the over under on Texans 3 and outs? Every other drive, probably. More than likely.
First drive, yeah. I could see the first drive being a 3 and out.
Yeah, I over under. Let's
So question. While we're speaking on that, so y'all think they gonna do like they did last week and take the ball?
I don't think so. I think they've got to let the defense. They've got to let the defense set the tone.
Yeah. The thing is that entire building, like I actually think the pregame, the intro, I think this is the defense's week to get introed. Because they did the offense last home game. They normally alternate between offense and defense, which when they announce the starters. I think this week is the defensive starters.
Interesting.
And that building's going to lose their shit for Mr. Allen, not Mr. Allen, but Mr. Anderson.
Oh yeah,
he's loved. That if we step back looking at it, just being realistic, Will Anderson is the best Texans football player we have right now, offense or defense.
Yeah, I think I'd back that.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, he's the only person, because you think about anybody else. Our best receiver, Nico, has drops and fumbles. Our quarterback, we don't, he's I don't know.
He's not even there. CJ Stroud is the most recognizable, but most people are going to say the best player on the team right now is Will Anderson.
Easily, by far.
Yeah.
Who's second?
Derek Stingley.
That is really. It's really.
And then probably Nico.
At the beginning of this year, you just said the best guy on the defense was Derek Stingley.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're wrong either way you put it. If you put Will Anderson ahead of Stingley or Stingley ahead of Will Anderson, Stingley's been banged up a little bit, but that's kind of
he's
affected
still out there
him.
playing.
Yeah,
he's still out there playing, so I'm good with him.
Yeah, too.
So we're rocking the Battle Reds this week. I love those jerseys. They're clean as fuck.
Yeah. I get to pull out them Hunt for Red October Jordans to go with it, so I'm prepared.
Nice. Silver lining, you didn't sign Deshaun Weinstein to a 5-year, $230 million contract.
I'm mad because I had to read that because I thought that's what it said.
That's how that man is mentioned around here.
Yeah.
That what it said, happy baby pose. I ain't gonna never get that shit either, bro.
So look, Davis Mills starts again. What are some realistic expectations that we can have for him against this Bills defense? Mind you, they are down one of their safeties, and they brought in Jordan Poyer last week, who is, I think, 34, 35 years old. He's very familiar with the system. They brought him in to fill in the void. How are we feeling about Davis Mills' chances to just look serviceable against this defense?
This is back to the thing where I say I believe. Oh God, I was actually going to hurt my stomach to even say this. Nick Haley's been calling decent enough games for him to look okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been calling decent enough. I mean, the offense, and my thing is the offense just might work a little better for Davis Mills. That there's also that the way the offensive ran, it just might work just a little bit better for Davis Mills than we actually. The checks cover up Mike's face.
Hold on, they got this new feature where you can pull up the broadcast and the vertical so you see what it looks like. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's probably how it looks on the thing. I didn't even think about that because that's not how we see it. But you show right. What are we talking about again? We're talking about what are we talking about?
Davis Mills, like realistic
Oh,
expectations for Davis Mills.
expectations. I mean, I think Davis Mills will be fine. I mean, I'm not. We have a competent backup that's doing his job as he's supposed to. He has been a starter in this league, so he knows what it takes to start and go out there and play. Just because he is not QB1, I don't want people to get their pennies in a bunch or anything like that. But right now, he is still not QB1. He is still QB2. What is the expectation? We don't want. I am not getting into that conversation. We were going to start.
We'll talk about that after we talk about the important team.
Yeah,
Well, Curtis, let me ask you, what's more important? Davis Mills taking big deep shots or being safe with the ball? What would you rather? That's where I feel too. It's just don't turn it over.
Now, if you remember, against the Jaguars, there were 4 or 5 turnover-worthy throws that he had. There was 1 turnover-worthy throw against the Titans. So, I mean, he can play a cleaner style of football. I think he played a lot better against the Titans, even though the whole offense as a whole is very dysfunctional. But yeah, now I think my realistic expectation for Davis Mills is, again, if he gets 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, I think I'm good. I think we could probably win with that, because I think our defense is capable of absolutely just shutting down this Bills offense. We've seen the Falcons do it. William H. brought it up. We saw the Patriots do it. It's not impossible this year. We did it last year.
Have a really good run defense.
Yeah,
and we have we have a top 5 defense all the way around. So I feel like that is something that is truly possible. And I swear, like, anytime we play the Bills, it's always just a really close game. And it doesn't seem like Josh Allen just really does so much. I don't know. Just that's how I feel. And I really I feel very comfortable with them going into this game. So this comments funny. I feel really comfortable going into this game with our run defense and things like that, because I'm not scared of James Cook whatsoever. Not scared of him. I know he can pull off for a 200, but I'm not scared of James Cook. James Cook ain't no Derrick. I feel like if we can shut down Derrick Henry the way we do, we can shut down James Cook. Like, who is James Cook? That's just how I feel. Nothing against him. I think he's a great running back, but that's just how I feel.
I personally think D'Amico has Josh Allen's card. I believe
he might.
I believe he just knows how to handle Josh Allen.
William H. brings up a good point. The Bills aren't going to go quietly. I don't think anybody's expecting them to.
No, we're not expecting blowout.
No.
God, no.
This is going to be like the over-under on this game is 43.5. I suspect this goes firmly under. Just as the Texans offense, 43.5.
They ain't been watching the Texans play this year.
I know.
Josh Allen scored there by himself last week.
Yep. With Kenny Green, Shaq Mason, and Blake Fisher on the O-line. Yeah, and our top weapons last year against.
Was Kenny still starting at that point? Wasn't it like week 6?
He was still starting. Oh yeah, hell yeah, he was still starting.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt like the next week, I thought.
Yeah.
And if he wouldn't have got hurt, he probably still would have been starting.
Yeah, more than likely. But yeah, Davis Mills, I just need him to play clean ball, get us in second, third manageables, convert. And if we get into the red zone, let's make sure that our running back is going to pick up the linebacker.
Oh my God. They need to just run the big formation with the extra lineman. That's just what they need to do. I don't care. That's what they need to do.
No, and stop putting Woody, Jaquavius in situations where he has to pick up. You have how many other running backs? I'm even okay with Yare there instead.
Yeah,
because he looked like a rookie. That's what it was. He made a bad decision. He chose to go the wrong way. Would Nick Chubb have done that?
Speaking of Nick Chubb, I know I'm not sure if this is something that we brought up, and not even Nick Chubb. Sidebar real quick, Joe Mixon, because I know you guys. What the hell?
Oh,
It might be, Brandon. It might be.
It looks like that's something they need to do. Can real quick? Can we take a moment to speak on Joe Mixon? Because I know you got. Did y'all hear the Nick Casario thing?
no, what
You
he
mean
said.
He had an interview earlier, and I mean, it's basically saying the same things that they've been saying all season. He basically said Nick Chubb. Some days Nick Chubb feels great, and he feels like he's ready to come back. And then the next day, Nick Chubb wakes up and he feels like he's 100 years old.
Yep.
In other words, we'll be looking for a new running back next year, regardless if he comes back this year or not.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna need somebody.
Brandon, I don't know that you already said your Mixon info, but I'll hear it out again. I like Mixon. Mixon's good for us.
We like Mixon when he plays.
Yeah.
Facts. Yes. But that's if he's available.
Yep. But no, look, kind of pivoting away from Davis Mills, we've got to attack the weakness of the Bills' defense, which is the run game. We have to get movement up front. I don't care who is running the ball. If we're getting blown back, there's no shot of this game happening in any positive direction. To win this game, I think we need a minimum of 150 rushing yards between the running backs alone. That means anything, Mills might have 40, but that would mean that Mills had 40 on top of the 150 from the running backs, not including. So it's possible. It's not impossible. We've had some 150-yard outputs on the ground, including the quarterback's output. We just need kind of the performance that the Jaguars had against the Bill. Oh shit! Really? Bills average giving up 153 plus rushing yards a game.
Shit.
Yeah.
Bro, they beat Baltimore, and Derrick Henry had almost 200 yards.
Yeah. Mixing, not getting proper blood flow to the injured area, stopped the progress on his healing/rehab. Damn.
Yeah, that would do it. That's a problem in itself.
At least you're not a Falcons fan like me. They can't fucking draft skill positions 6 years in a row now. Kyle Pitts wise worst decision ever.
Man, I don't know what Atlanta Falcons you talking about, but they got a bunch of skill positions. They just don't have a coach. That's how they don't have a coach or a quarterback. That is the Atlanta Falcons problem. Now Kyle Pitts, I understand that, and I know we're getting off subject, but everybody else is I think Drake London, who is hurt. You got Bijan. I feel bad for them dudes. If you want to be honest, I feel really bad for them.
Nick has that metal in his body. It makes the body cold, makes him turn into a 10-man. But yeah, between
lack of emotion does that.
Mm-hmm. Between Marks, Chubb, I don't even know if Damian Pierce is going to dress out, but Damian Pierce, Adare Gumbawale, and hell, British Brooks, Jakob Johnson. I don't care. It needs to happen. We've got to take the stress off of Davis Mills. Anything that we can do to make Davis Mills' life easier in this game has to be done. There's no situation in my mind where Davis Mills is going to get the same level of running game that he got against the Titans and going to be able to pull this out against this Bills defense.
But I feel like the Titans. I feel like their D line is. their team is bad. We're not going to do that because their team is bad.
The middle of
But
their
I feel like
line might be the best in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's my point exactly as far as that's going. So I'm not too surprised about the stops that were going on there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Rams stole every move the Falcons should have done. Falcons should have gone Jared Verse and Braden Fisk and someone else with their 2025 and kept their 26 first pick. Yeah, hindsight and such, but
Captain Hindsight.
Yeah. You were saying, Chris?
It is.
I don't even remember. I thought we were moving on to the next subject.
Okay.
No, he was talking about the fact that the Titans' run defense is
right.
It's hands down better than the Buffalo Bills.
Absolutely.
Which, from what that information we just got, damn right it is. But we already felt that way.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Simmons is a game wrecker, and Tavondre Sweat is damn near as big as our right tackle.
Yeah.
Did Sweat play the first game?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, this is like that's
the game when could nobody block correctly, right? At the beginning of the game, nobody knew how to block.
I think this was the third game that they've played together, Simmons and Sweat this year.
Yep.
Because Sweat's missed a fair amount of time.
Second or third year?
Second year.
Okay.
Let's pivot. Let's go to the other side of the ball. The defense.
Mm-hmm.
You got a tall task in Josh Allen. Jared Allen has got a mullet in the Hall of Fame at this point. But Josh Allen, obviously we talked about it at the top. He's a scrambler. He's going to make this defense look stupid at times. We've got to contain, and we've got to I've already seen D'Amico talk about it. Maintain rush gap integrity. Yep. He will find any and all ways of escaping the pocket, either stepping up, running out, kind of bootlegging, whatever he's got to do. Josh Allen is going to give us his best. Now, whether it turns out that way statistically or not, he's going to give his whole ass effort behind this game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a primetime game.
And it's a primetime game. This defense can't afford to have what happened in the fourth quarter against the Titans. Cannot afford it. We can't afford to have anybody at all get into the red zone. If they get into the red zone, we're actually a bottom 5 red zone defense.
Yep. We're really good at not letting them get to the red zone, but once they get there, they probably can get some points.
Brandon out here trying to instigate fights. Should we keep calling him Jared Allen on Thursday to piss off Bills fans? Bro, possibly, but I feel like they just carry around like folding tables exclusively just to send people through them. Josh Allen does make mistakes.
Oh man, you might so I will say this, Mike, and I'm sorry, but Thursday you might see a redo of that what was that, San Francisco? Is that San Francisco? You might have you a redo of that. With this
building being full
of Bills.
Yeah, because Bills Mafia travels very well. And shit, you got plenty of Bills Mafia that just live in Houston alone.
Yep.
Damn dummies.
Like I just thought about that. Like it might really
well, that would be a good reason that might be part of the reason they asked the red out this game.
Yeah.
Because you won't be able to tell.
Yeah. Scalper Olympics. That's funny as well.
Yeah. They be trying.
In particular, there's some guys on the defense that I think need to have an otherworldly performance to just kind of take some stress off the offense. And that's the two guys who have been absolutely exploding lately, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get the same kind of performance out of those two guys we've gotten over the last couple of weeks, I feel pretty good about this defense's chances of shutting down not just James Cook, but also Josh Allen in the passing game. Obviously, nothing's perfect. They're going to eventually get something, but with the injuries that they have, I mean, realistically, your best target on offense is either your running back or it's your backup tight end, Dawson Knox.
Mm-hmm.
So don't
wouldn't necessarily a scrub. I don't think Dawson Knox was a scrub.
Oh no, he's
Dawson Knox would start for a lot of other teams.
Are the Chiefs done? I don't know that
Nope.
they're done. I don't know that they're done. They're 5-5, just like us.
The NFL.
Look here, until I don't believe
the NFL is still Chiefs fans.
Mm-hmm. You think all those Swifties out there are going to let that slide? I don't think so.
What would the playoffs be without the Chiefs?
I mean, she already won her Super Bowl ring, and she been to 2.
Either way,
what would the playoffs be without the Chiefs? When's the last time we saw it?
20.
Thank you.
Since before Andy Reid got there.
Yeah, because I was about to say Tom Brady was definitely in New England.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's been since before Andy Reid got to.
Oh, say that again. What did you say? I didn't hear that.
When was the last time that the Chiefs weren't in the playoffs? And it was definitely 2 or 3 years before Mahomes got there.
So Andy Reid's first year, they did not make the playoffs, and they've made the playoffs ever since.
Yeah,
they didn't make the playoffs the first year. Just not sure what year that was.
Who was the quarterback?
Alex Smith.
Yep. I'm just saying the FBI showed up at NFL HQ and the Chiefs haven't won a 1-score game since. I mean, yeah. You mean the Swiftie fans.
This year it's the Eagles.
Yep.
They're
Chiefs are 2 losses away from their worst season since 2012.
2012 is crazy.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, they've got to constantly contain and control Josh Allen in the pocket. Don't let him escape. If there is not a fucking spy every snap on Josh Allen,
I'm asking, is it going to be Aziz or is it going to be EJ?
I'm hoping it's EJ because I feel like EJ's fast enough.
Yep. And he's
as long as it ain't Henry T, he go miss the tackle.
That's fucking accurate.
Oh man.
Bro,
these are things I was saying when he first got there.
It's the perfect game for Christian Harris to make a sighting.
Man.
It's the perfect game.
It's the perfect game.
Aziz hits Josh Allen. Goodell sends the Texans to the CFL. That'd be, oh God.
The great Lord and Savior.
I want to talk about some individual matchups that are going to really affect this game one way or the other. And that would be Joey Bosa. And I believe it's Gregory Rousseau against Ariante Ursary and Trent Brown or Titus Howard, whichever one is playing tackle.
I've already said who I prefer.
Yeah. And I get you. You know, Titus Howard's played pretty decent this year. Bosa, I don't think there's anybody on their team that has more than 6 sacks, but they have 12 guys on their team that have at least 1 whole sack. And so they're blitzing, they're getting creative with things. Linebackers are coming in hot. They're not afraid to mix it up and generate pressure if the pass rush is not getting there. And we've seen teams love to blitz the Texans. Doesn't matter which QB's out there. But
you seen that line?
Exactly.
They don't know what to do. They start 3 of them block 1 player.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Damn. Why you had to bring that back up? I almost forgot that.
It's stuck in my brain. I don't know what. Man, every week you're hearing these commentators make some crazy joke about the old line. Like, what are they out there doing? Did they practice this week? Like that is, and I do think they've been getting better, but there's always something really stupid. Like you have all of these other teams. Not saying that their old line doesn't make mistakes, but you don't see the mistakes like we see. You don't see these. Like it's they're way more disciplined. I don't, and that's my issue. And I think, and that's with the whole entire team. I feel like there just is not enough discipline.
Do you feel it's with the O-line? Do you feel it's a discipline issue, or do you feel it's a talent issue?
I think a little bit of both. If you want to be honest, a little bit of both, because it's just a little. Last year, I want to say last year, I think it was more of a discipline issue than talent issue because I think our line is worse this year. I mean, it's just the thing about it. Tunzel was our best lineman, but Tunzel was a problem with the penalties. So easily, Ariante Ursary is not Laramie Tunzel by far, who was hurt, by the way, and who is probably good that we unloaded, not because he is hurt, but because Washington has not done anything, and they are going to be a top draft pick position again. But with that being said, anyway, back to our line as it is currently constructed, we first of all we don't even know what our starting lineup. Our starting lineup was supposed to be from left tackle going on Ariante Ursary, Laken Tomlinson, and I'm just talking about where it was supposed to be at game one. I know that's not what it was, but this was what was supposed to be. Ursary, Tomlinson, was it Jake Andrews, and Ed Ingram, and Titus. That is how our line was supposed to be. Wasn't good like that. It wasn't. It wasn't whatsoever.
I'm gonna be honest. That was our best starting lineup, except for Laken. With that starting lineup, Laken was the weak spot.
Okay, yeah. But who gonna put a left guard? Who gonna put a left guard? Because apparently we don't have a left guard because like they say, if you have to play two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback.
Yep.
If you got to play two left guards, you don't have a left guard.
And we don't. We don't. But let me ask you a question. At the beginning of this year, would you have ever thought you'd have been excited about having Ed Ingram back?
Yeah, no. I thought he was going to be just as much of a whiff as Laken Tomlinson, honestly. And Brandon, that's kind of where I'm at.
Better than I thought it was going to be.
I think the best lineup that we could possibly put out there, and it's not perfect, but the best that we can generate right now is Ursary, Titus, Jake Andrews, Ed Ingram, Trent Brown. I think that's the line that they wanted to trot out there first.
But Trent was never healthy.
I think initially well, fair enough.
Shit, the man's 380 goddamn pounds. It's pretty hard to be healthy. That goddamn.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Have we tried Titus at center? No, that's the only spot he's never played in the NFL, and I'm good on that.
I am actually okay on that either, even though I am not impressed with Jake.
I'm not a Jake Andrews fan, but even I'm like, nah, Titus, don't do that man like that.
No.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
But I think he could probably do it.
He probably.
Yeah, I know, but he'd have to be like the fourth center. It's as bad as it sounds. Juice and Jared are still going to be in front of him, or Jared and Juice, however, because I think that's the order it would go.
Hey man, did you say Gin and Juice?
I mean that's how they play.
Yeah.
God.
Another matchup to take a look at is I think it's Christian Binford versus Nico Collins. That's their corner one versus our wide receiver one. Last time they played Buffalo, Nico got loose for a 78-yard bomb that, actually made it into the intro for our podcast. But
Yeah.
Is that the one he got hurt on?
Yeah, it's when he pulled his hammy on.
Oh God. Oh.
So look, I think Nico Collins
Pulled his
has got a
hamstring running too
favorable
fast.
matchup. They brought back Tre'Davious White, but he's not exactly the same player he used to be when he was younger. And they've got old man Justin Poyer back there in the safety room, holding it down while everybody else in the room is injured as hell. So how are you guys feeling about Nico versus this secondary?
I mean, I felt fine with it because apparently Nico and Davis Mills connection has still been there since 2022. Seems like that has not changed. So, which is really crazy to me because Nico stayed hurt. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, my fantasy football enjoyed it
Mm-hmm.
because Nico got fed.
Yep.
Nico got fed, but I honestly, it was disgusting.
Yeah. 25 targets over the last 2 weeks. What was it? 16 receptions, over 200 yards, but I can't remember by how much.
It was like 220, 230 somewhere.
Yeah, and a touchdown. So I mean, Nico's doing some good things. He kind of looks back to form. He looks healthy again.
he's
I
not
just
dropping the damn ball.
right. He's not fumbling, which has been an issue. I'm not so worried about their connection. I think that the secondary will focus in on Nico, and it's going to be huge what Jaden Higgins and unfortunately Christian Kirk are able to do with the coverages that they're given. Because I wish it was.
we all wish it was Jalen Noel.
Yeah, 1,000%. But it's going to be fucking Christian Kirk because they're ridiculous.
Is he due for a breakout game?
His breakout game is 4 catches and 50 yards, bro. That is Christian Kirk's breakout game at this point.
No,
I'd be okay with that this week.
He's going to get a breakout game against the Raiders. That's what he's going to get. He's going to get that against the Raiders. It's going to be some sorry team or the Cardinals or something. I don't know. It's going to be some team like that we play that he's going to have this breakout. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to bet on it being the Cardinals. He used to play for them. Yeah, that's the team we're going to go with. I forgot he used to play for them. So we're going to say the Cardinals because he didn't get to have it against the Jags either time.
Yep. We've kind of hammered this point into the ground at this point, but the guard center triangle, our triangle versus I think it's Jordan Phillips and Fedarian Mathis is his name. Those are the D tackles that the interior defensive linemen that there will be going against. That is going to be huge. We have to get push on these guys. Is there any world where, and of course there's a world, but is there any worry that you guys have against these kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call them, I mean, they are backups. They're backups. That's what they are. How are you guys feeling about our interior offensive line versus the defensive line of the Bills?
I'm not going to disrespect those guys. Yes, they are backups, but a couple of guys on our interior offensive line were going to be unemployed. They weren't even going to be backups.
Yeah.
Ed Ingram basically got cut by the Vikings. We threw them a bone to just, hey, before you cut him, can you just throw him our way? And Jake Andrews was released. And at the time, the New England Patriots didn't even have a center. They didn't know who it was. They just knew it wasn't going to be Jake Andrews.
Yep.
And Laken Tomlinson, he probably had grandkids.
He's only like 4 years older than me.
I know. I'm just fucking with him.
God, if he had grandkids, can you imagine how early he started? Fuck, man.
But I ain't trying to hear that. I'm disrespecting. I don't care. I'm disrespecting everybody. Our O-line and their D-line because they both terrible.
Terrible.
They both terrible. They are both terrible. It might even itself out. They're so bad because
hey, I'd be okay with that.
153 rush yards a game by their defense, by their run defense, 153 yards a game.
Yeah, Eric's like the Bills' run defense is suspect. I think suspect is too generous, honestly. But
oh no, they're guilty.
Yeah,
they're guilty.
Better than having IOL guys signed for 3 or 4 years that aren't good, like the Vikings. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Let's pivot again. This is the last topic before we get into our actual predictions.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, let's just say that the best has come to pass. Davis Mills goes 3-0 as a backup, as a starter in place of CJ Stroud. Is there a QB controversy if that happens?
No.
I don't think so.
Not if people want to stay employed. Because the thing is, you've already said that this game on Thursday is probably going to be full of Bills fans. If you continue to start Davis Mills, every game's going to have more fans than the Texans fans.
Yeah.
Texans fans, a good deal of the staff, the people working in concessions, the janitor, everybody loves CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is still one of the better selling jerseys in the entire NFL.
Yep.
And you're going to bench him for a guy who wasn't good enough to be the starter before CJ even got here.
I mean,
this is not a Sam Darnold redemption thing. This is not a Daniel Jones, I'm back to playing really good football.
Mills Mafia versus Bills Mafia.
Holy shit.
So
I did not see now. I can't. I'm gonna have that in my head this whole fucking game now.
Mm-hmm.
So like I completely 1,000% agree with you. There are multiple reasons. Like I brought up earlier, I understand that CJ does not have the contract, but Brock Purdy, for an example, Mac Jones played good. You could have kept running with the hot hand, but Brock Purdy came in and played. They won convincingly. There was no change whatsoever. And my whole thing about it is I don't know exactly how long this Davis Mills guy is going to keep playing. Like he has not been playing bad, but he has not just been playing stupendous. And the thing about it is the only people that are worried about if it's a QB controversy is fans that cry and complain about the same stuff. If we see the stuff too. We are upset about the same thing. We are upset about the way that CJ's been playing. But it's not all CJ's fault. That's the thing about it. CJ might not have that dog in him. Davis Mills, he has no choice but to go out here and show what he has to do. He's already had his chance to have this team. He had this team. This was his team. He couldn't keep it. And that's what people got to understand. And I agree with that wholeheartedly.
When they drafted CJ Stroud, they knew Davis Mills was average at best.
Yeah.
That's what Davis Mills was. That's why Davis Mills will last in the NFL. Whether he leaves the Texans in a couple years or whatever, he'll still be in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, I believe Davis Mills is going to have a starting job somewhere. Like I think Davis Mills can get a starting job.
Now, let's just say hypothetically, Mills goes out here and throws 2 touchdowns, over 200 yards, and it's a clean game for him. He then turns the keys over to CJ Stroud at a 6-5 record, and CJ comes in and does what he does, and hopefully we get to the playoffs. I think Davis kind of plays himself into a Matt Flynn kind of situation.
The thing is, it looks smart that the Texans already have him under contract.
Yeah, no, look, it looks genius.
It actually looks smart right now.
Yeah,
be honest, it does.
It's genius. But let's just say the Jets call and they offer their 2nd-round pick this year.
Davis Mills is getting his walking papers then.
Exactly. We spent a 3rd-round draft pick on him, and we're literally 5-6 years later getting a round up. I mean,
and it's going to be a really good draft pick also because it's coming from the Jets.
Because the Jets are terrible.
And But the Jets could give us the Colts. They have the Colts second as well. They have a bunch of seconds to throw out there. That the Jets would be the most likely, but the Texans did draft Graham Mertz and kept him on the roster this entire year.
Yeah. I don't think Graham Mertz was anything other than we don't have we don't have the Case Keenum on the roster anymore. We didn't have that veteran guy. Davis Mills kind of filled that spot, and Davis Mills was learning under him the same way CJ was. Now you kind of move Davis up the ladder, and then you move Graham Mertz into Davis's old spot.
But we drafted Graham Mertz.
Yeah.
When we still had Slovis in that, if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Because that's why I believe they drafted Graham Mertz because they thought Graham Mertz could play. Because you know how many other quarterbacks they could have drafted at that time?
A few. Yeah. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and get these predictions out of the way. I'd like to remind you that the Bills are favored by 6. The over-under is 43.5. And, of course, obviously, it is a little high. Of course, Thursday Night Football. So, gentlemen, who wants to go first?
21-17 Texans.
Okay. Mike?
31-10.
31-10? Who you picking? Texans?
31. Yeah, man. Who you picking? Josh Allen about to tell him what?
Hey, look, I'm just making sure that Mike wasn't like this whole time. Like, I don't know, we Josh Allen out here.
Mike, I hope you're right.
Yeah. Something weird in my stomach feels that because these Thursday night games have not been what you expected from anybody.
No, and it's usually the team with the most healthy players that does the best. But
I think we win that one this week.
Are you sure? I think we're about even.
I mean,
no.
Depending. Thinks we're going to dolphin them. I mean, look, the Patriots got them. The Dolphins got them. The Falcons got them. Okay.
And I don't know if anybody else saw the Falcons this past weekend.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody's been watching the Falcons all year. They're not been
good. You had no choice. It was the only game on. That's how they get you to watch a Falcons game.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go 24-14 Houston. I think it's kept close. I think it'll be one of those situations where it's 17-14 Houston, and then maybe we get another Jacksonville scenario where we sack fumble and get a fumble return for a touchdown. That's how I think we kind of separate them. But everything has to click the right way. This game has to happen the right way. If we get off to a Bills up 10-0 kind of start, it's going to be a rough mountain to climb for Davis Mills.
And I gotta say this, my son will get mad at me if I don't mention it. But you know what he thinks the Texans should do? Put that scene from Sinners to where his wife was with Michael B. Jordan and watch him crumble in real life.
Oh, shit.
My son said that, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, man. Josh Allen wife.
Hold up. You take that scene from Sinners and you crop out Michael B. Jordan's face and you put Will Anderson Jr. That would be.
Hey, out here I come.
Well, I go. But yeah, with that, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap it up. Folks, I want to thank you all for checking in, liking, subscribing. We've hit a couple subs on this stream already. Brandon, Monopoly CJ, Eric,
Mono,
William H,
Jaden,
Wayfinders Atlas.
We love y'all, man. We're glad to keep joining us, man. Keep joining us, man. We love to see y'all talking shit.
Yes, sir. want to go ahead and thank the guys that are on the show with me. Mike and Chris, thank you for taking time out of your evenings to come on and talk Texans ball with me. It's always a good time to see you guys and hear from you guys. Make sure you guys are going over to Mass 3 Productions to support Mike and all of his endeavors. Do the same thing for Chris at That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. All across social medias, like, subscribe, notification bell for both of those gentlemen. Do the same thing here while you're at it. When we started the live stream, we were at 332. Like to see that number keep climbing. Let's smash that like button. Let's hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Most of all, be good people. Go Texans. Fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys. And the Colts. And the Colts. Yep. They're on my shit list.